Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been following the Cleveland Browns this offseason, you've probably noticed that the quarterback situation has become one of the biggest storylines not just for the team, but across the entire NFL landscape. And no, we're not just talking about the usual hype or hot takes on social media. We're talking about a real, tangible shift in the way the Browns are approaching this crucial position, and how it could have lasting effects on their future. This season, Cleveland enters a new chapter with a four-way quarterback competition that's unlike anything we've seen in recent years. On one side, you have Joe Flacco, a veteran who's no stranger to the big stage, and who, at 40 years old, brings a wealth of experience, including a Super Bowl victory to his name. Flacco's approach this year is intriguing because, despite being the most experienced among the group, he's choosing the path of silence. That's right. While many of his competitors are active on social media, hyping themselves up or engaging in lively debates, Flacco has opted to stay away from the digital noise altogether. And that's not just old-school stubbornness, it's seasoned wisdom. You see, in the NFL of today, social media has become a double-edged sword. Place where narratives are spun in seconds, where highlights can make or break careers, and where young players especially feel the pressure to constantly prove themselves publicly. Flacco, however, has learned over decades that the real measure of a quarterback's worth isn't in tweets or viral clips, but in the film room, in practice, and ultimately in the game. He's not here to chase online approval or build a hype train. Instead, he's focused on doing his job, quietly, effectively, and with purpose. This approach might seem old-fashioned to some, but in Cleveland, it could be exactly what the team needs. Because the Browns are in a fascinating place right now. They're coming off a season where, despite some flashes of brilliance, their quarterback situation was inconsistent, and they struggled to find stability under center. The arrival of Deshaun Watson last season was supposed to be the answer, but injuries, suspension drama, and a lack of rhythm kept him from fully hitting his stride. So now, with Watson still recovering from a tough campaign, the Browns have brought in a mix of young talent and seasoned veterans to battle it out for the starting role. There's Kenny Pickett, the ex-Steelers star trying to prove he belongs as a franchise quarterback, and then the two rookies, Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel, both of whom have their own compelling stories and followings. Sanders, with his millions of social media followers and a hype train that's hard to ignore, is seen by many as the future of the franchise. But the truth is, the competition is fierce, and the media frenzy around these young guns only adds pressure. When Sanders isn't immediately named the favorite, despite his incredible talent, the online world responds loudly and swiftly, making the stakes even higher. Meanwhile, Dillon Gabriel, another rookie with impressive college credentials and a calm demeanor, is quietly earning respect in minicamp. He might not have the massive social media following Sanders does, but his game film shows maturity beyond his years. And that's the key. These young quarterbacks are navigating a landscape where perception can sometimes overshadow reality, where the hype can influence opportunities more than actual performance. That's where Flacco's approach becomes so valuable. While others are caught up in the whirlwind of online opinions, he's focused solely on what matters: his preparation, his understanding of the playbook, and how he can help the team win. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Now, this brings us to the broader picture of what all this means for the Browns. Cleveland's head coach, Kevin Stefanski, has been emphasizing the importance of internal focus, especially in these digitally charged times. During minicamp, he pointed out that social media is a major difference-maker nowadays. It's 24/7 news cycle, a constant bombardment of opinions, highlights, and takes that can sway public perception and eventually, even locker room dynamics. Stefanski highlighted that once the players step inside the team facility, the focus should be on football, on growth, on execution. That's where the real work happens, where the difference is made. But Flacco, by intentionally tuning out this noise, embodies that philosophy. He's not trying to be the loudest voice in the room or the most trending profile on social media. Instead, he's quietly preparing to be ready when called upon. In a league where patience is often scarce and hot takes are plentiful, this kind of mindset can be a game changer. It's a strategic advantage. Because, let's be honest, the NFL is a game of mental toughness, resilience, and focus. It's about who can stay true to their process, who can block out the chaos and stay locked in on the task at hand. And that's what makes Flacco's stance so compelling. While the rookies and even some of the younger veterans chase headlines, Flacco remains rooted in his experience, in the fundamentals. He understands that the real battle isn't won on Twitter or Instagram, it's in the film room, in the meetings, in the moments when no one is watching. His approach might not be glamorous, but it's effective. And in Cleveland's quest to find stability at quarterback, that kind of steadiness could be exactly what the team needs to push through the season with confidence. Looking ahead to the upcoming season, there's a lot of optimism around the Browns. The team has been building steadily, adding key pieces on both sides of the ball. The defense, under coordinator Jim Schwartz, has the potential to be one of the top units in the NFL. Players like Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward continue to be cornerstones, providing leadership and playmaking ability. Offensively, the Browns have assembled a versatile roster with talented skill position players, a solid offensive line, and a stable running game led by Nick Chubb, who remains one of the best in the league when healthy. But of course, the biggest question mark remains at quarterback. Can one of these young guns step up and seize the moment? Or will Flacco's veteran presence and cool-headed approach provide the stability the team desperately needs? It's a fascinating storyline, especially considering that the Browns are in a division that's arguably the toughest in the NFL, the AFC North. With teams like the Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals, and Pittsburgh Steelers all vying for supremacy, every game becomes a battle, and the quarterback play could be the difference between making the playoffs or missing out. The AFC North has always been known for its tough, physical style of football, and this year looks no different. The Ravens, with Lamar Jackson, continue to be a dynamic threat with their explosive offense. The Bengals, led by Joe Burrow, are trending upward and have one of the league's most potent passing attacks. The Steelers, with their solid defense and emerging quarterback Kenny Pickett, are also in the mix. For Cleveland, the challenge is to find consistency at the most important position and to develop a stable offensive identity that can compete with these rivals. And let's not forget the historical context. Cleveland has had its share of quarterback roller coasters over the past decades, from the heartbreaks of unfulfilled potential to the rare bright spots of stability. The franchise is desperate to finally establish a long-term, franchise quarterback who can lead them deep into the postseason and ultimately contend for a Super Bowl. Players like Baker Mayfield and even Deshaun Watson have shown flashes of brilliance, but also moments of inconsistency that have hampered their team's success. That's why this season's quarterback competition is so crucial. It could define the team's trajectory for years to come. The fact that Flacco, with his veteran savvy, is still in the mix adds an interesting layer. His leadership and calm presence could serve as a stabilizing influence, especially for the younger players trying to find their footing. Meanwhile, the rookies are eager to prove themselves, knowing that their performances in minicamp, training camp, and preseason will heavily influence the coaching staff's decision. The pressure is immense, but so is the opportunity to be the face of Cleveland's future. And you, Browns fans, you know how passionate this fan base is about the quarterback position. It's been a roller coaster ride over the years, but hope persists. Every season, there's that glimmer of belief that this could finally be the year Cleveland finds its franchise guy. With the talent on both sides of the ball, and with coaching staff that's proven to be creative and resilient, the pieces are in place. The question remains, who will step up when it matters most? Looking deeper into the team's recent history, Cleveland's journey has been one of patience, perseverance, and sometimes heartbreak. From the heartbreak of the 2016 and 2017 seasons, where hope was high but results were lacking, to the more recent resurgence with the acquisition of Watson and the promising young talent, the Browns are clearly on an upward trajectory. but consistency at quarterback has always been the missing piece. Now, with this intense competition, it feels like the team is finally addressing that issue head-on. The fans, the city, and the entire organization are hungry for stability and success. And as the season approaches, every practice, every game, every snap will be scrutinized. Will Flacco's quiet confidence and veteran leadership be enough to push the Browns over the top? Or will the young guns, Sanders and Gabriel, seize their moments and make Cleveland's quarterback future even brighter? It's a story that's still unfolding, and one that will keep us all on the edge of our seats. The AFC North is shaping up to be even more competitive than usual, and for the Browns, this season could be a defining one. A lot of fans are already dreaming of deep playoff runs, maybe even a Super Bowl appearance. But to get there, they need consistent, reliable quarterback play, a leader who can command the offense, make the right decisions under pressure, and keep their composure when everything's on the line. And that's exactly why the story of Flacco, the rookies, and the entire Cleveland quarterback saga is so compelling. It's about more than just talent. It's about mindset, resilience, and the quiet confidence that sometimes, the biggest impact comes from those who choose to stay out of the spotlight and focus solely on the game. As we get closer to the season, all eyes will be on training camp and preseason games, where the battle for the starting role will intensify. Will Flacco's veteran poise give him the edge? Or will the excitement and hype surrounding Sanders and Gabriel propel them to the forefront? Whatever happens, one thing is for sure: Cleveland Browns fans, you're witnessing a pivotal moment in your team's history. The path to a Super Bowl is never easy, but with the right leadership and mindset, this could be the year everything finally clicks. So stay tuned, keep your eyes glued to the action, and get ready for an exciting season ahead. The Browns are poised to make some noise, and if history has taught us anything, it's that in Cleveland, resilience and passion go hand in hand. No matter what happens, you can count on your team to fight till the very end. And remember, the quarterback battle is just one chapter in the larger story of this franchise's relentless pursuit of greatness. We'll be here every step of the way, bringing you all the latest updates, insights, and analysis. Because at the end of the day, being a Browns fan means never giving up, never losing hope, and always believing that brighter days are ahead. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news.